in 2026. So who can clinch the final semi-final spot? Let's find out in the company of Wayne Marden Rodstad.
Hi there again, Emma. Wow, what a curious evening of Arras action here in Belfast. We started the night with two enormous upsets as there were wins for Johnny Clayton and Stephen Bunting, and it would have been 3 underdogs on the trot if Van Gerwen had converted a 5-3 lead into a win against Gerwin Price, but the Iceman roared back to reach the semi-finals, and now our final quarter-final between two darting debutants in the Prem. Van Veen up in the playoff places at the moment, whilst Josh is rock bottom. So what will happen here? Wayne is returned for second helpings of verbal jousting. Wayne, your whole aura is screaming, no nonsense.
That's how it seems to you, does it?
Very much so.
83.
But Josh Rock will be hoping for the same. I think no nonsense, get on with it, get 2 points, moving to the semi-final. Well, it's not proven that easy for
57.
him. But as that graphic said, before a dart was thrown, the last 4 matches that these two have played against each other have all gone Rock's way.
Well, so far in the Prem, he's lost every match by the self-same scoreline of 6 legs to 2 to Clayton, Van Gerwen and Humphries.
2 of those matches, Roddy, he played okay, but the one in Belgium, the one in Antwerp was the one where he struggled with his grip. Said that some kind of slimy soap was to blame, so we'll kind of call that an outlier. But in general, the last few months, he has not been that good, and he's going to need to improve, like now.
Well, Van Veen had that great run to the final in Poland on the weekend when he had a 9-dart leg, which put him on top against Littler, but he only won 1 more leg after that brilliant leg of darts, and Littler roared home to take the title.
He's also made double 16. He's been magnificent at this in recent weeks.
35.
They were not magnificent.
Joshua McGuire, 82.
Missed on both sides of the wire, and now 2 at double 16, 1 at double 8 now. And already,
74.
even in the first leg of a race to 6, that feels
16.
important.
And it will be important. There's no doubt about it. It's changed the scoreline. Josh Rock, doubling-wise, has the lowest percentage in this Premier League so far. And you would have thought to get out of the situation he's in, that's going to have to improve. The scoring's going to have to improve.
140.
And just to vigorously agree with Wayne, which is something I like to do, as you know, 6 out of 23 now for
60.
Josh Rock in the competition, 26%.
Yeah.
That will not cut it at this level of dartistry.
83.
Everything he does, he's always at a pretty rapid pace, Josh Rock. I just think sometimes if he can just take that step back,
140.
slow it down just a bit when things are not going right. When it's all going your way, that's your rhythm, that's your timing, that's what you need
57.
to play well. But when it's not, you need a way out of it. And I think this is where Gian van Veen generally is why he's one of the world's best. His bad games are not bad at all.
Well, that was straight out of the Luke Littler firing for a 180 on an odd-numbered score there. He could have left 21 if he'd hit another treble. But really, self-evidently, he should have been looking at an odd-numbered treble, treble 19. Tops then. It matters not a jot now. But why give yourself 2 darts at double when you could have 3?
Yeah, this seems a phase that the players are going through. Just not all of them. Hit as many big trebles as you can and don't seem to care what you leave. It's not really the percentage way of doing things, and it never will be.
I'm not sure there's much future in that.
No, there's not.
It seems that showboating's taken over from
58.
tactical pragmatism.
I only believed in showboating.
Did you really? I didn't notice that in your glittering career, Wayne. I'm glad you explained that to us. But nonetheless, this might be the format for showboating in the weekly rounds of the Prem.
60.
I'm not sure they do it in the final of the World Championship. Anyway, he wants 330 from here, so it is a attack on the trebles again. He can't find them.
86.
But it's not to say he won't come again, but at the moment, Josh Rock, it seems he rather peaked in the summer of 2025 with that World Cup win when he was so brilliant alongside Daryl Gurney. And that wonderful run to the semi-finals of the match play and that barn-burning semi against Luke Littler.
Yeah. In general,
58.
he's one of those players that you feel he's going to go bang at one point.
100.
Gian van Veen did this a couple of weeks ago, where the lunge on the last dart was so evident
40.
that it was
Piani require 109.
not doing him any favours whatsoever. Double 16. He'll turn good on this at one point. There you go.
Gian van Veen from Leicester first.
It's been a little bit of a curious campaign for Van Veen. He's up there in the playoff places, but in saying that, he's played 7 matches, individual matches. This is his 8th. He's only had 1 top plus average, which is curious.
This is why I think he's so good, because when he's not playing well, he's still very good. He's good enough to win. He's averaging 89, and yet he finds himself 2-1 up. Mind you, Rock is having another stinker.
137.
I've always said it in the Premier League since 2005 with the inception, and I was planning it. If you don't settle, you're in trouble. You've got to settle at some point.
Well, we saw last year, didn't we, how difficult it becomes if you keep losing like Stephen Bunting did.
And throwing darts like that, that's an unsettled man right there.
140.
Michael van Gerwen in the previous game was doing similar. You can group them, you can spray them, and you really don't know when it's going to happen. Whereas this man just keeps ploughing on, doing amazing things. Amazing!
Well, the 109 he made look regulation on double 16, the finishing double, but there he's just bashed in a 167.
Game on.
And it's given him a 2-leg cushion, those 2 back-to-back 3-figure outshots.
And let's get it right, he's not 100% on it here.
58.
He's not playing that well. Is that an equipment change, or is that just running repairs? I'm unsure.
'83. $100.
Van Veen has the throw in this leg, and if he holds on to his throw, he'll be 4-1 up in a race to 6, and it will be a long way back for Josh Rock from there. And next week,
96.
we'll reconvene on Thursday night in Cardiff, where Rock will face an angry Luke Littler, who was dumped out in the quarterfinals this week by Johnny Clayton, and surely Littler's going to fire at some point.
You'd have thought so.
134.
Nothing's a given in the Premier League.
89. He only require 113.
Another big finish for the big Dutchman. Please, GVV!
He is the governor in Belfast. Don't you worry about that.
Game on.
And he's done something that's quite important, Rod. He's kept the Rock fans quiet, hasn't he? Like, really quiet.
96.
Well, there's nothing to shout about here if you're backing Josh Rock. It is looking very rocky for the Northern Irishman.
97.
And this would be a 4th consecutive loss on the trot at the start of the year.
43.
Start of the Premier League campaign.
Change of equipment. Not had the desired effect as yet. The darts, no. The darting gods,
80.
no. Nothing's going right for Josh Rock.
The darting gods frown on him. and a dart that fell out of the treble 20. Now, in the tournament so far, his 180 output in 3 games has been 2-1-0. His maxi hitting has really dropped off. It was below par at the World Championship, and it's been even further off the scale in the Prem. When you consider how he was hitting back in the summer, it was absolutely astonishing. He was right up with Littler.
It was only second to Luke Littler.
Yes.
He's unsettled. Said it legs ago. Josh Rock does not throw darts like that
73
unless he's unsettled. The confidence, I think, is absolutely shot.
Double 8 ends the sequence of 3-figure outshots for Gian van Veen, but who cares? 32 will do it. It's another leg. 5-1, Van Veen.
Yeah, I kind of feel for Josh at the moment because he will feel desperate, absolutely desperate, knowing that he's unable to play his best stuff. That's more like it, pal.
His first of the match, and it comes with his back against the wall in this 7th leg, and it will be the last leg if Van Veen wins it. Oh, he couldn't, could he? He could. He could.
Go on, Josh, set them alight. Give them what they want, pal. Go on, then.
Well, he famously hit one against Van Gerwen at the Grand Slam of Darts. One in the Premier League. On fertile 9-dart soil in Belfast. Double 12. Yes! Josh Rock in Belfast, of all places, on his Premier League debut here. He has just canned a 9-dart leg. What a way to announce yourself in the Premier League in 2026. Van Veen applause. Josh Rock milks the applause. That was a magical Premier League moment.
Someone explain to me how that just happened. He was looking all over the place. He was looking a beaten man. He was throwing darts that he'd hardly seen the like of himself throwing since he probably started the game. And then perfection. Take nothing for granted in darts. How amazing. Looking like a beaten man.
Well, Hugh Ware, I think, is tempted to call a timeout here because the place is in a frenzy. There's no hope of normal service being resumed here for a few moments. And who can blame them? And who can blame him?
Gian van Veen on Sunday hit a 9-darter against Luke Littler and went on to lose the match. He'll be hoping that Josh Rock does the same here. I have no idea where he pulled that from. He was all over the shop before that leg.
Well, he took it right off the top shelf. That's where it came from, Wayne. And can he go on with it? He's buzzing now like a jar of bees up there. Now he's got to get himself under control here, and it's not easy.
40.
It's not easy. He'll feel he can fly at the moment, but he's got to get himself back with 2 feet on terra firma. Oh, hello. It's not possible.
Well, bearing in mind, that was his first throw in about 20 minutes.
It was. I refuse to believe it can go back-to-back with Rock 9, Van Veen 9. I said he thinks he can fly. He's trying to fly, isn't he? He's flapping his arms around there like an ostrich. Have they got wings? More like a pterodactyl, perhaps.
58.
Well, it was a magic moment and one he'll never forget.
Unfortunately, a 9-darter does not win the game.
100.
Gian van Veen knows that the game's there for the taking.
47.
It's an irrelevant point and an irrelevant question because he won't get the chance, but I wonder if he'd swap a match win for that magical moment. I doubt it.
180.
Can he pull himself out of this mire of his Premier League position and this game position to actually get himself out of it? Seems unlikely, but you never know.
He has had three-figure outshots in the match, Gian van Veen. He can't hit a fourth, which keeps Rock alive.
Can he? Like Rod said, to stay alive in the match, got to compose himself.
36. He only required 20.
3 more match starts incoming. He needs them all. Gian van Veen denies 9-dart hometown hero Josh Rock in a belting battle. And for the 4th straight week, Josh Rock is beaten by the same scoreline. He goes down 6 legs to 2 as Van Veen moves into the semi-finals where he will face Gerwyn Price.